From Tristan and Zachary Lelievre, the dwarf twins, to Lara and Mara Bawar, the albino twins, today we present you the most unique twins in the world. Let's get started. Emma Lowe, a 40-year-old British woman, is the happy mother of 6 children, including twins Arthur and Alfie, who will soon turn 10. Like all moms, this young woman wants the best possible future for her children, but that seems to be a difficult goal for her 2 youngest because Alfie and Arthur have Down syndrome. They are unable to speak normally, and one of them has even been diagnosed with autism and is unable to walk. Despite this, Emma tries to help her children as best she can, and even to help them lead as normal a life as possible. But while she has had some success in this area and feels that her twins bring her great joy, Emma has to suffer the negativity that surrounds her children. But Emma is doing everything she can to fight the stereotypes about Down syndrome and is committed to the hope, however small, that her children will develop normally, evolve in society, and have a good future, both personally and professionally. A dream that could well come true for this mother, especially since one of her twins, Arthur, has managed to take his first steps. Thanks to her tenacity, Emma Love has become a true model of inspiration and courage for all mothers who have a child with a disability. Alex and Yannick Manzazilla are 2 Congolese brothers living in Sweden who wanted to enter the world of fashion. But they didn't expect the spotlight to fall on them so quickly after simply posting a photo on Instagram. You're probably wondering why, but the Manzazillas are twins who look exactly alike. Of course, the 2 brothers weren't going to let their chance pass. Taking advantage of their astonishing resemblance, they went through a series of castings and were even able to work for some brands. But everything was not easy for these twins, because if they succeeded in making a name for themselves in the fashion industry, they were victims of discrimination because of their skin color. Unfortunately, but this did not discourage the twins, who intend to move forward and who keep the hope to see one day disappear the old codes of the fashion industry. What is certain, however, is that Alex and Yannick Manzazilla have already become ambassadors of their culture and their origins, which they proudly wear today, wherever they may be. Here are Tristan and Zachary Lelievre, 2 twin brothers who at first glance are nothing special. Everything leads us to believe that these 2 brothers lead a normal life, and that they obviously want to have fun like other people their age. But by the way, do you know how old they are? Don't think they are under 10 years old, because these twins are actually much older than they look. Indeed, Tristan and Zachary, who were born in 2003, have achondroplasia, a genetic bone disease that causes dwarfism. This does not prevent them from leading an ordinary life, made of sports and challenges. In fact, the 2 brothers already have many achievements and feats that have aroused the interest of many people. But interest also means curiosity and puzzled looks that can sometimes hurt the 2 brothers and their parents. Fortunately, not for long, because despite their small size, Tristan and Zachary have strong personalities, and they have learned to face all the looks and adapt perfectly to their condition. Even better, these 2 twins, who once held the Guinness World Record for smallest male identical twins in 2021, are now very popular. Finally, smallness will never limit the big dreams of these 2 brave Canadians who live up to their ambitions. Perhaps we will even see them compete in the Paralympic Games one day. Their names are Madison, Paige, and Fionn Gilbert, and they are triplets. However, it seems that these 3 girls, who were born in the UK on a beautiful day in August 2013, wanted to stay together all 3 without ever separating, including when they were still in the womb. You have understood everything. Madison, Paige, and Fionn Gilbert are not twins like the others. They are monozygotic triplets, which means that they come from the same egg and therefore they look like 3 drops of water. Moreover, they are part of the very rare true triplets that exist in the United Kingdom and in the world. During the pregnancy, the 3 babies developed in a single placenta and shared the same genetic material. Fortunately, their growth went normally and without problems, and after 30 weeks, they finally came into the world, eager to show their parents their faces. However, this premature birth did not allow them to go home with mom and dad right away, as they had to stay in the hospital for 6 weeks first. Nevertheless, the 3 Gilbert girls could count on their parents and the medical staff who were by their side and surrounded them with their care and affection, not to mention the press, of course. And how can we not talk about this rare twinship? Because it must be said that when they were born, Madison, Paige, and Fionn Gilbert had become very famous twins. Some time ago, the followers of a certain Anna Hipkin, a 19-year-old English TikToker, were watching a new video of the young woman, eager to discover some new information of interesting news about her. But what a surprise when Anna told them that she had a twin brother, but they were not the same age. You may be as surprised as these followers, but Anna and her brother Jack are 6 years apart. How is that possible? That's the question that followers asked themselves as they continued to watch the video with growing interest, in hopes of finding out how there can be an age difference between twin brothers. Fortunately, Anna had the answer, and it must be said that this answer seemed quite logical. As the young woman explained, she and her brother were both born through in vitro fertilization. They could have both been implanted in the womb and born at the same time, but only Anna was implanted, while Jack remained as an embryo in the freezer for 5 years. If Anna's followers had their curiosity satisfied, they were still skeptical because of this unusual and confusing story. But science is science, and these people ended up finding the thing quite normal in the end. However, many of them will always remember this unusual twin case. Alfredo and Aylen Trujillo are twins from California. When you say twins, of course you say birthdays on the same day. But when Aylen and Alfredo want to celebrate their first birthday, they will not celebrate it on the same day. Do you know why? Because the brother and sister were not born on the same day, month, or year. Impossible, right? And yet, it is very simple. Alfredo was born on December 31st, 2021 at 11:45 p.m., while his sister was born a quarter of an hour later on January 1st, 2022. That's it. The two children have to celebrate two different birthdays. Sure, each one will have their own party and be the star of their own birthday, but it will break the image of their twinhood a little. The image only, not the link, because Alfredo and Aylen may have been born in 2 different days, months, and years, but they were born twins and will remain twins all their lives. However, no one will be able to deny that they will always be among the most extraordinary pairs of twins in the world. You may not know them, but Benny and Billy McCrary were American twin brothers who left their mark on an entire generation. The two brothers, who were known as the McGuire twins, had only one desire: to live their passion to the fullest, motorcycling. However, they had an astonishing physical characteristic since they were both obese and their weight exceeded 300 kilograms each at a certain age. This did not prevent them from riding their motorcycles and even promoting a famous brand of two-wheeled vehicles. And then one day, they were noticed by a photographer who worked for a famous magazine. The photo he took of them eventually made the heavyset twins famous and popular in the country and around the world. Benny and Billy went on to win the Guinness World Record for the heaviest twins in the world and found fame as professional wrestlers and motorcycle stuntmen. Unfortunately, that fame came at a price. Billy lost his life in one of his sensational stunts, and his brother Benny was deeply saddened by his death before he died years later of heart failure. The McGuire twins were gone from this world, but at least they had accomplished great feats that made them unlike any other twins. Billy and Benny will long be remembered by those who knew them. Now we'll tell you about Anna and Lucy DeSink, twin sisters from Australia who live in Perth. They are 36 years old and look very much alike, but not only that, they also want to share everything: a job, food, a car, a Facebook account, and a boyfriend. Anna and Lucy have been criticized a lot because of this unusual story. But the two sisters seem to get along perfectly with their lover, who does everything to love them and treat them the same way, for their greatest pleasure. But it must be said that this double relationship can have its ups and downs, especially if it happens that the unfortunate young man confuses between the two sisters. This would not be surprising because Anna and Lucy are known to have spent a huge fortune to cure their imperfections, but also to look more alike. But fortunately, everything ends up going back to normal for the trio, who can also count on the benevolence of Gianna, the mother of the two sisters who, hold on to your hat, also want to get pregnant at the same time. All this is quite unusual, don't you think? But it must be said that this story has only increased the popularity of the DeSink sisters, who are now among the most famous twins in the world. Abby and Brittany Hensel are two American twin sisters from Minnesota. Many of you will say that these two sisters, although they are twins, do not always want to stay together, because each of them have their own occupations. However, the opposite is true for Abby and Brittany, not because they want to, but because they have to, because they share one body with two different heads. They are still together, but their amazing physical condition does not prevent them from having different tastes and desires, and even from leading their lives differently. The two sisters were both able to learn to drive, get the education they wanted, get their own degrees, and even become teachers. But while they were able to go their own ways and have their own jobs, Abby and Brittany only receive one salary because they are seen as one person. This is far from discouraging the twin sisters, who claim loud and clear that they are two different people and who intend to claim their right to have two different salaries. Here is a beautiful lesson of courage and tenacity that made the Hensel twins so strong and famous. Meet Lara and Mara Bawar, two teenage girls from Guinea-Bissau living in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Like all identical twins, these two sisters always want to show how much they look alike and even deceive those who can't tell them apart. But they can't help the curious looks of others because they are albino twins. They even attracted the attention of a Swiss photographer, for whom they accepted to be photographed. However, thanks to their amazing physical particularity, the two sisters became photo models and even models for big brands. This required effort and patience on their part, but the girls seem to be very happy in this way where they proudly reveal their magnificent beauty. That's right, thanks to their appearance, Lara and Mara Bawar are now considered as models of diverse beauty. You have just discovered the most extraordinary twins of the world. Which one fascinated you the most? Leave us your answers in the comments, and as always, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video.